You don't need someone else's permission to educate your child in the way you feel is best. And there's so many, I was going to ask you about like, well, should parents spend more time with their kids, or should they teach them this, or should they teach them that, or should they use this technique? But what you're really saying is check in and trust yourself, because
Yes, and attachment isn't just about being with. It's about being like. It's about belonging. It's about affection, love. It's about value. All the different ways of attaching that I outline in my book. 6 or 7 ways of modality. So it's a relationship. It's a relation, and that relationship is, when I'm saying hold on, I don't mean physically hold on. I'm saying preserve the connection, because it is the single most important thing for a child, and that is throughout life. That's throughout life. That doesn't mean that you kick them out at 18 or 16 or whatever it is. That relationship becomes important. It is cascading care that we're after. We take care of our children, including my oldest children are in their 50s now, so that they take care of their children, so that they take care of their children. And so this is the cascading care that is required, and you don't need. UK was going to go into required parental education, and they assumed that I was for it, and I was against it. And the reason I'm against it is that it doesn't come from books. It doesn't come from books at all. As soon as you go to a book and you're following a book, your child knows when they're being parented by a book. There is something else when you step forward to be your child's best bet, and you believe you are, something happens in the dance.
Absolutely. And I think the challenge here lies in, how does a parent find that self-confidence when there are so many people who are judging them and telling them what to do, and there's so much fear of failing your child? I mean, what's the inner work that we need to do as parents to really just be able to check in with our gut and what we know intuitively what our child needs, and ignore all the other voices that are saying they have to learn math, they have to learn this by this age, and you have to do this and that. It's a lot.
You don't start from doing your own work. I have seen this as the biggest mistake that parents make. I have to do my own work here. Will you see me as a client so I can do this? I say no, because I have witnessed hundreds, if not more, children lose their parents when parents start to do their own work. Why? Because it's all about them.
Right.
Okay? How do you start? How does it happen with a cat or a dog or whatever? Focus on your child. What does your child need from you right now? Do they need a sense of safety? Do they need a sense of invitation? Do they need this? Rise to that occasion. You'll be bluffing a lot to start off with, but at least you know what it is that they require. Focus on your child when you make sense. And that's why the mission of the Neufeld Institute is to make sense of your kids. Why? Because if you make sense of your child, of what it is they need, and you step forward to be that answer, to become the answer they need, everything else starts falling into place, is the word I was looking for. You, in fact, start growing up yourself to become the answer your children need, but you're not doing it because you're trying to grow up. Nobody can grow up because they're trying to do so. They grow up because there's certain things that are happening, and what stretches us is becoming the parent our child needs, our teenager needs, our young adult needs. That's what stretches us, but it's not from focusing on ourselves. There's nothing more narcissistic, egocentric, and backwards than parents having to go, to focus on themselves so they can get their shit together to be able to be the answer to their children.
Right. Yes. I mean, that is so powerful. And I feel like right now I have several friends in my life, who I have known since childhood, who are wonderful people, who are raising children. And they're at a point where, according to what you talk about in your book, I think that, that attachment has been so broken that they are just at their rope's end. And even, and I think it's important to get this out there, feel like sometimes they hate their child, and they're also deeply ashamed of that. And, everything is so stressful and so upsetting, and the child is, acting out, hitting, saying, I hate you, that they don't even know where to start. And when you talk about attachment village, I feel like I want to help my friends and help them with their children, and I don't know where to start.
I'm not against getting help at all.
Right,
But
yes.
the help is different. Like I'd be dealing with parents who had mental health diagnosis, who were, had all kinds of difficulties, traumas, and so on. And I said, my best way of helping you is that I will come alongside of you to assist you in becoming the answer to your child. It is only for love that we make sacrifice. It is only for love that we stretch ourselves. Nothing else in our world as humans has ever made, given us the courage, the stamina to do the thing that was necessary to do when we step forward to take care of another. All I'm saying is the lead foot in this is I am here for you. I am going to try to be the answer, the answer that you require. I may need some assistance in doing this, but the focus is on being able to deliver the care you need. Everything else will follow from that. I will be stretched. I will be humbled. I will find my dignity. I will find my tears. I will find all the things that automatically will start growing me up to my own potential, because we all have potential that we haven't had. It's been my kids, my 7 grandkids. It's been my 5 kids that grew me up. But they didn't. They grew me up not by teaching me anything.